Hey all, it's Nicole here, and I have a recap of takeaway points from Brian Johnson's algor, Algorithms 101 talk, as well as the coach session that focused on algorithms, because some bonus information and quotes were added in there. So let's do 3 takeaway points. So my first one is the what and the why on algorithms. And this was a quote from the coaching session. If you want to change your life, you need to change something you do daily. So therefore, we're using our willpower to install algorithms that run on autopilot. And this is a way of playing offense and not defense to do the things we want to do. It's really key. We just make the decision once, and then we ideally automatically do these things that we want to do. And that helps us to spiral up to the next best version of ourselves. So an algorithm basically is an if-then, and they are the number one concept that's running of the 21st century, as Brian states. For example, Tesla self-driving cars, and a lot of other jobs might be outdated soon because there are things like Teslas that run on algorithms, basically if-then type equations. And when we are using algorithms to help support doing what we want to do, then we're using the basal ganglia of our brain rather than the prefrontal cortex, which is more complicated. So basically, it's just an automatic thing of, like, for example, it's morning, I'm awake, therefore I'm going to meditate. And there's no thinking, there's no figuring out. It's automatic. And it makes it easy to do the right thing and to optimize. So that's my first kind of takeaway. The second one is to observe and identify your algorithms. And in this, there's an activity that you can sit down and just write out 101 algorithms of your own of what is running your life right now. You know, it might be, for me, it's one thing is, I did this activity, it's good. If I'm at the grocery store, I always park on the left side of the grocery store. And if I'm at the grocery store, I go in on the left side, which is the produce side, first. And I always go straight to the organic produce first. So just use that exercise and write down 101 of your algorithms. They may be good, they may be bad, desirable, not desirable, but you need to know and observe and go through your day of, like, what are my algorithms? What is running my life? And then the third takeaway is a lot combined in here, but it's to rewrite, install, and delete your algorithms. So with the goal of getting to your 11 personal algorithms, your personal power algorithms, the ones that are most important to you. And I've started on this, and soon I will hopefully post a video on my personal 11 power algorithms. In order to write these, you need a clear target, and your clear target might be eudaimonia, which Brian mentions in this lecture and all the time. And basically, that's the goal, to express the best version of yourself. And in figuring out your algorithms, you can look at those 101 that you wrote out, and you can identify what's working for you, what you want to change, what you want to reinstall or install, and also recognize that there are some keystone algorithms. So if you imagine an arch, that's the keystone that's holding the other stones together. And those are your most important algorithms, or that might be your one most important algorithm that will have the most positive beneficial impact on your life. So identify those in each of the 3 categories: the work, energy, love. And let's see, you can also identify the kryptonites too, of, say in your work, your kryptonite might be technology and identify different algorithms that you want to delete. And I loved this example, or this concept of changing an algorithm from a -1 to a +1. So an example might be every time I check my email, I'm like holding my breath and not breathing. But if I can observe that and then identify that I want to change it to, if I must check, I can change it to, I never check email. Or if I must check my email, then I'm sitting up tall. That was out through the mouth. That's all right. You can go exhale through the mouth or the nose. I'm sitting up tall. I'm taking a deep breath in through the nose, holding briefly, exhaling slightly longer. The inhale was down into my belly. So that just changed a -1 algorithm to a +1 algorithm. And if we could do that, wow, our life would really spiral up. And also be aware of your technology algorithms. You might want to write a separate 10 or 11 technology algorithms, and Brian listed out all of his, which I'm definitely not able to pull off all that he is able to pull off, and he's really great at reducing his technology. But for instance, one technology algorithm that I have is if it is evening family time, so if it's after 6 p.m., then my iPhone is out of sight, out of touch. And if it's after 8:45 p.m., then everything is completely put away, every single screen. And I usually don't use the screens in between that time, but there are times that I do need to send a text to another mother of, hey, do you want to meet at the park tomorrow at 11 a.m.? So sometimes that happens. Okay, so, this is a big one. So this part was covered in the coaching module, but not the 101 class. And it's 3 steps for installing or deleting algorithms. Let's say you're installing an algorithm. Number 1, you decide. You're 100% all in. Number 2, you make it easy or obvious. Number 3, you give yourself a celebration. If you're deleting, then number 1, you're all in and 100%. Number 2, you make it hard. And number 3, you have consequences. So those are my top 3 takeaway points. And let's go over just a few more examples of a few of my algorithms. If I'm eating, then I'm not eating sugar, flour, or vegetable oils. I already mentioned that one. If I see or interact with somebody, say for instance at a store, then I bring the love 2.0, and I'm warm and I'm open and I smile and I connect. If I need to go on Facebook, which is usually like checking the details of an event, then I set the timer for 10 minutes and I'm not on for any longer than 10 minutes and I shut it off. And I have 4 bonus points, and one is, or bonus quotes. Oh, this one was from the coach session too. Increase the game aspect, decrease the shame. That's a good one. If you have a mistake, then collect the data and be excited that you're able to collect some data and use it to optimize more. Third bonus, our ability to put our attention where we want, when we want, for as long as we want is key. And that's a huge indicator for happy and flourishing people. I work on that all the time. And another phrase, moist robots. That came up. Okay, thanks for listening. Bye.